25 points. You can tack on one more here with a free throw. 45.6 left on the clock.
And if he tacks on that one more here, Ian, it makes it very, very difficult for Barton with only 45 seconds left.
And he nails it.
And now you have to score and score quickly, and Atkinson's the guy you'd like to get to the basket.
Atkinson, spin move, Henderson, let him go by, and he gets the bucket.
Well, the two in that situation doesn't really hurt you.
What really does hurt you is the fact that Zach Malvick makes his free throws.
Absolutely. And nice job by Winona State to get the ball into Malvick's hands, but you look up and down their roster, not really much to choose from in terms of fouling. The worst free throw shooter out there is John Smith at 63%, but that's only because he started the year so poorly. He shot in the 40s in November and December, and he's been over 70 since the turn of the year, but Malvick has been outstanding all season long.
35.5 remaining. 74-69 Winona State. They have won a Division II record 57 straight games. Malvick misses at the line, and it's rebounded by Leggett. Final 30 seconds. Atkinson. Pull up, pop, book it. 23 for Atkinson.
Oh, he steals the ball!
Oh my! Unbelievable! Atkinson is fouled, and a chance to tie it. Incredible!
Now, Ian, this is the way Barton has lived throughout this tournament. A little bit of a lazy pass by Henderson. Frails gets the ball. Atkinson knocks it home. You talked about Atkinson making plays. My heavens.
82% shooter, the biggest one of his career right now. Short! And controlled by Winona State, a foul with 19.4. Anthony Atkinson, they would not be here without his play throughout this tournament. But a free throw with an opportunity to tie, and he comes up short.
Even if Flowers makes both of these free throws, however, it's only a three-point game.
Flowers. Well, he missed it badly. Jonte Flowers.
He's a 75% free throw shooter on the year.
Second one. He knocks it down.
Well, now you don't have to go for the three, and Winona State has to be very careful because you don't want to foul in this situation.
Atkinson. 10 seconds left. Down by 2. The drive. Reverse. Oh, what a play! Anthony Atkinson has tied it up. 4 seconds left. Malvick stolen away. He's got time. Atkinson, layup. Good! Good! Anthony Atkinson at the buzzer. Barton is your national champion. What a scene! You could not have written a script that would match the drama here.
Drives to the basket, you make the goal, then Frails. Now watch this, they're gonna come from behind. This is Bobby Buffalo, comes up with the steal, and what presence of mind by Atkinson. He can see the clock, and he takes the ball up and releases it just before the buzzer. The officials review it. The result will stand. What a last 45 seconds to come from 5 down and win the game. Atkinson scored the last 10 points.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Atkinson.
How y'all doing? Appreciate that. Let's try that again. How y'all doing? All right. If I can have your attention for about 30, 35 minutes. Won't take too much of your time, but I wanted to take some time out of my schedule today to come and talk to you about something that's very important. We're trying to do something that's here in the Wilson community, and we're having a program they call Let's Talk, Let's Listen. And I'm coming to you to share some advice with you kids on how to really be successful in life. All right? And how to be successful is really by simply learning how to listen more than we talk. A lot of kids, especially your age, even when I was that age, we thought we knew everything. A lot of you react. You react instead of sitting back and taking time just to listen to things like what your teacher, maybe your parents, maybe a family member, principal or coach, or even myself has to say. Somewhere along this journey in life, you're going to have to learn how to listen to somebody. Everybody in this lifetime that comes along your way does not want to hurt you. They don't want to hold you back. I'm here today to try to help you the best way I know how. There's been a lot of struggles in my life that people don't know about. There's been a lot of rainy days. Every day hasn't been sunshine. Every day hasn't been easy. I went through a lot. I went through the racism. I went through getting called names because I switched schools, or because I didn't do something that somebody wanted me to do, or because I wasn't the most popular kid in school. I went through things like feeling like nobody out here cares about me. And yeah, I did. I had a mother and a father at home. I did. And I thank them for everything. And I know some of you in here might not have a mother or a father in your house. But my challenge to you is, just because you don't have a mother or a father in your house, is that okay for you to act out? Is that okay for you to not have goals for yourself? Is that okay for you not to believe in yourself? Because believe it or not, it's not cool. And that's a lot of what's wrong with the world today. All we see in the news, social media, everywhere you go, is negativity. There's nothing positive. You turn on the news right now, something negative. You turn on sports, something negative. You go on social media, something negative. So my thing is, how can we change that? How can we take the responsibility on ourselves as this generation and change that? Because see, I hear a lot of you kids, especially a lot of kids from Wilson say, I can't wait to get out of Wilson. There's nothing to do here in Wilson. And now, to your credit, when I was in high school, I said the same things. But what did I do to change that? I changed it by listening. I changed it by understanding that there's something more than life that's bigger than Wilson. I changed it by understanding that my circle of friends, some of them might not make it, but I have a vision of my own and I want to make it. I understood that people were going to talk about me whether I did good or whether I did bad. And that those opinions that they had about me wasn't going to change, because you know why? Because I'm not an average person. And so therefore I didn't let average people's opinions affect me. And some of you may be going through that same thing right now, but my challenge to you is be great. Stop settling for just being good. Stop settling for just being mediocre. If you believe in God, if you do all the right things, if you treat people the right way, I guarantee you, you'll have a whole bunch of success in life. Is it going to be hard? Yes, that's why it's called life. It's hard. It has its ups, it has its downs. It wasn't easy for me to wake up every day and motivate myself to go out here and work out and train like I wanted to, because I knew that one day I wanted to be a professional basketball player. I didn't always want to be a Harlem Globetrotter. Yeah, I wanted to go to play in the NBA. I did. That dream didn't come true. Did I sit around and feel sorry for myself? Yeah, I did. I felt like somebody owed me something. Because in my mind, I had done everything the right way. I had worked hard. I put God first. I loved my family. I treated people the right way. I said my prayers. I read my Bible. I did everything. But on that day in June when they announced the NBA draft in 2007, I was predicted to go number 59 to the Phoenix Suns. But did they ever call my name? No. Why? Because a scout came up to me and said, if you were 1 inch higher, if you were 1 inch taller, you'll be a millionaire. Something I can't control. That hurt me to my heart because that's all I've heard my whole life. You're too small. You don't weigh enough. You're from Wilson. I know a bunch of y'all get hit with that today, especially if you play sports. You from Wilson, you ain't never go nowhere. That's the go-to. But let me tell you something. I put my mind to it. I changed my mindset. And you know what? I said, I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be like all my friends that came along, all my classmates that came along and had an opportunity to go out here and go to college and play professional sports. I don't want to do that. I want to be a trendsetter. I want people to, when they come up, they want to be like, you know what? I want to be like Ant. Because he didn't let the opinion of average people set him back. He didn't let those crabs that's from Wilson that's trying to pull him back in the bucket set him back. He didn't let everybody else that's around here talking negative, whether it could be family members, my friends, my classmates, my teachers, my principals, police officers, whoever it may be. He didn't let those opinions affect me. He had a mind of his own, and he went out here and he did something about it. So instead of coming to school every day acting like the world owes you something, come to school with a mind to learn. Come to school like you got some sense. Stop cutting up and then wondering why when you go out here in the real world, nobody don't want to give you nothing. It's not supposed to be given. Everything in this world, you're supposed to earn it. You should want to earn it. Because when people give you stuff, guess what? They hold it over your head. Anybody ever gave you $5? And then the next week they look around like, I know she know I gave her $5. She need to come on back and give my $5. They hold that stuff over your head. Am I lying? Family members the worst. But my thing is, what is it going to take? Listen up. What is it going to take for this generation of kids? And I'm talking to you right here at Fight High School. What is it going to take for us to be different? What is it going to take for us to succeed? By a show of hands, what is it going to take? Somebody give me an answer. What is it going to take? Education. That's one. That's very important. Somebody give me another one. Somebody just said it. Hard work. Who just said it? Hard work. Somebody else give me one right here. What you say? Faith. That's what it's going to take. Somebody else give me another one. Back there in the back. Back there in the back. Let's give everybody respect. Somebody just said it. Listening. 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 The crazy thing is, if I can have your attention, please. The crazy thing is, a lot of you in here laughing. A lot of you in here giggling. A lot of you in here thinking this whole thing is funny. And yeah, I'm here to keep it real with you, and that's what I'm going to do. But some of the same ones that's in here laughing, some of the same ones in here that's giggling, by 5 years from now, will be some of the same ones you'll be seeing in the newspaper for something negative. So my thing is, when somebody come here to help you, to try to help you succeed and get out of life and go on and make something of yourself to give you some tidbits, you might want to take it in. You might want to be thankful that somebody comes along. You might want to be thankful that you have teachers and principals and coaches and officers that come to this school every day and take time from their families. And even though they don't get paid enough, come here and care about you every day. Because guess what? It's not easy to wake up. It's not easy to wake up and come in and try to be a difference in somebody's life. Especially when you have kids of your own. And that's what's been hurting Wilson kids for so long. For so long. And not just Wilson kids, but I can talk about Wilson kids because why? I'm from Wilson. You guys feel like you don't have to listen to nobody. And then when you get in trouble, oh, you want to go and be, oh man, they ain't care about me. They ain't do this. Oh yeah, they cared about you. But when somebody cared about you, you wanted to laugh. You thought it was cool to be the big man on campus and walk around like you was all big and bad. You thought it was okay to be the girl, walk around campus and flip your hair and do all this and have an attitude like you wanted to. You thought you was too good to listen to anybody. So you might want to take some advice from somebody. I've been through all of that. I know you might see me now, you might be like, man, he had it easy. My day won't easy. I got called the N-word on a regular basis. I got called Uncle Tom on a regular basis. I got called all these things to sell out. Oh, he think he too good for somebody. Guess what? Yeah, I do think I'm too good because I know how God made me. I'm a chosen one. And he made everybody in here a chosen one. My standard, just because you don't think you're going to make it, my standard does not have to meet yours. My standard does not have to meet yours. And I'm talking to every person in here because I'm going to tell you now, you might have some friends in here right now. That's my homegirl. That's my Brody. Yeah, we going to ride till the wheels fall off. Guess what? You'll be making it. And you'll look back at some of them and be like, what happened to them? It happens like that. So my thing is now, let me ask this question. How many of you, by a show of hands, and it's been on TV before, how many of you have ever seen a documentary or some type of highlight or something like that, some type of TV show about somebody climbing a mountain? By a show of hands. Climbing a mountain. All right. If you have seen that, now I'm using this as an example. If you have seen that, is the show, does it remind you of how life is today in the real world? Don't they just show the climb up the mountain? How hard it is, all the obstacles, how people almost fall, how people almost give out of breath, how tall the mountain is. They don't think he's gonna make it. Maybe he will. But let me ask you this. They show all the footage. If it's an hour-long show, they'll show 50 minutes of the climb up. But when the people get to the top of the mountain and the climb down, they don't hardly show that footage, do they? You know why? Because the world in itself today focuses on negativity. Focuses on negativity. Fight High School can be the best high school in the county. But you know what'll happen? They'll take something away from you that's negative and they'll broadcast it like y'all are nothing. So my thing is, how can we change this? By spreading positivity. Quit being so negative. Quit being so negative. That's my goal. Let's spread positivity to everybody. And guess what? Even though I'm here speaking today, it's not going to touch everybody. But if I can touch one, and then one can touch another, and then that one can touch somebody else, I've done my job. Tell you a little story of how quick life can change. I was in high school. It was my senior year. We were in, and I had just signed my first national letter of college intent to go to Campbell University. I went to Campbell before I went to Barton. I had just signed my first letter. I was going to a pool party at my best friend's house. And on this day, little did I know, my life was about to change forever. I came around the curve at my friend's house, and I had a car crash. The steering wheel went out of control, and I heard a loud pop. My car flipped once, flipped twice, flipped 3 times. And all of a sudden, I was sitting here. Food was spilled all over me. I started smelling oil. I started smelling smoke. Glass everywhere. I'm panicking. I had my seatbelt on, and I was driving, but somehow I ended up in the passenger side of the seat. And I didn't really understand what was going on. Officers started showing up, asking me, what was going on? Are you all right? And honestly, I was in a state of shock. I was in a state of shock. The officer sitting right back there in the back. That's how me and him first met. He was the first on the scene. And you can ask him the story if you don't believe me. He showed up and he was asking me questions. My parents showed up. My mom was panicking. Nobody knew. I didn't know at the time how serious the car crash was until the demolition man showed up and flipped over the car. When he flipped over the car, the windshield was cut at a knife edge where my head was supposed to be. The roof was dented in at a knife edge where my head was supposed to be. I was supposed to be decapitated. I was supposed to be dead. But by the grace of God, he moved me over to the passenger seat so I can live another day. And from that day forward, I put in my mind, thank you. And from that day forward, I put in my mind, I realized God has a plan for my life. I didn't exactly know what it was yet, but I realized he had a plan. And he has a plan for each and every one of our lives in here. But my thing is, and let me ask this question. Let me open it up a little bit. I want y'all to feel comfortable. Why do you think it's so hard to make it out of Wilson? By a show of hands, somebody give me an answer. Why do you think it's so hard to make it out of Wilson? Because I hear kids say it all the time. I hear kids say it all the time. By a show of hands, why do you think it's so hard to make it out of Wilson? Anybody have an answer? Right here. Listen up, listen up. Use the microphone.
Oh, I don't really think it's hard, but like, I just feel if we had like better education, like if we put our mind more towards the education, and maybe we could get out.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Anybody else? Got a couple of hands back there. Got you. We gonna come. Listen up.
I think that I don't want to leave Wilson because it's where I lived for all these years, and I like Wilson, North Carolina.
All right, give him a hand. He feel comfortable here. Good. In the back here. Listen up. Give him respect.
Ooh, this is loud. Not having a support group, like you need a support group, you know.
Give her a hand. Give her a hand. That's a good answer. Over here. Listen up.
I don't think there's plenty of opportunities in Wilson for people.
Hold on. This is what I was looking for right here. Listen up. Take your time.
I don't think there's a lot of opportunities for people in Wilson.
Okay, now when you say opportunity, now that's a great answer because that's what I was looking for. When you say opportunity, what in terms are you talking about?
Like jobs. I'm not saying like jobs, like enough colleges and stuff like that here to go to. You got to leave home to go places and stuff.
Give him a hand. That's a great answer. Now, let me ask this question. You heard those answers. Listen up. You heard those answers. You heard all the answers that were just given. Let me ask this. Would you say it's also hard to make it out of Wilson because of our mindset? Would you also say, and I was about to say what he said, do you also say it's hard to make it out of Wilson because of support? Because believe it or not, you have a bunch of haters walking around Wilson right now. And so what makes it really hard, listen up. So what makes it really hard for everybody to make it out of Wilson is a combined thing. But if you look at the places like Greensboro, Charlotte, Raleigh, Winston-Salem, all these places, what do? They work together. People in Wilson, we have to come together. If we want Wilson to be better, we have to have support. If we want Wilson to be better, we have to be a family. If we want Wilson to be better, we have to stop the racism. If you want Wilson to be better, you gotta stop treating each other. It's gotta stop somewhere. I teach my kids this golden rule of life. I teach them, treat others how you want to be treated. If you don't want to be called a name, guess what? Don't call me a name. If you want to do right by me, want me to do right by you, you do right by me. And I tell my kids on a daily basis, guess what? I pray for my kids every morning, because it's sad now we have to bring my kids and other kids up in this world. And I do. I pray for every student that goes to in Wilson County. I pray for every student, because you know what? It's getting so bad now to where you can't even go to church and be safe in church. And it's not only in church, it happens in schools, it happens at ball games, it happens at concerts. These are places where people are going to let loose and have fun. Places people are going to worship. Places people go to feel safe. And now these places are not even safe. So my thing is, as a whole, I'm asking everybody in here, this is my challenge. This is my challenge. Spread positive vibes. Spread positivity everywhere. Stop with the negative. Stop with the, well, he said this and she said that. Guess what? Who cares? It's time for everybody in here to mature, grow up. Listen. 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 Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop thinking everything in life is a joke. If you pick up a newspaper, you'll see several kids your age dying on a daily basis. Why is this a joke? People's lives are being taken away. Why is this a joke? 16 victims were killed in that church massacre. Why is it a joke? All those people were killed in Las Vegas. All those people were killed in the Orlando nightclub. Why is it a joke? When people are down on a daily basis. But then everybody wants everybody to feel sorry for good old Wilson. No, Wilson has to do better in order for us to get Wilson where we want it to be. We have to provide more for you kids. We do. We have to do that. We have to provide more for you kids. I am total agreement with that. We have to have better support systems. But my thing is this. In order to do that, you kids have to act the right way. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. I have another question that I want to present to everybody. I have another question. Give me one, by a show of hands. It's about 5 or 6. Give me one key to being successful in life. Show of hands. Give me one key. Right back here. Pass her that microphone. Listen up, listen up.
All right, so I think that one of the biggest keys
Listen up.
in life is that you gotta have confidence in yourself and think that, know that, like, if you have a negative mindset, you're just gonna go to negative places. You gotta be positive about it. You gotta be like, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna be successful. You're gonna be successful.
Give her a hand, she's exactly right. Right there, go ahead.
Staying in school and striving for excellence.
Hold on. Please give everybody respect, guys, please. What'd you say?
Staying in school and striving for excellence.
Give him a hand, he's exactly right. Give me some more. Give me some more. Come on, give me some more. What do we need to make it? What do we need to make it?
I think one of the things you need to have is determination to reach
Listen up,
your
listen up.
Determination to reach your goals.
Determination. Give her a hand. She's exactly right.
Hard work and dedication.
Hard work and dedication. That's exactly right. Come right here. Right back, right there behind you. Right there behind you. There you go.
Never give up.
Never give up. Never give up. Pass it down to him right here. Pass it down to my man right here.
The ability to understand others because you only have...
Ho. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
The ability to understand others because you have more ears than you have a mouth.
Give him a hand. He's exactly right. Exactly right. Anybody else? Right here.
You can't just sit there and expect things to come for you. You have to go looking for what you want.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. You have one? Listen up. Respect. Respect.
Willing to change.
Say it again.
Willing to change.
You said willing to change? Now, that's one that I've been looking for a while. Willing to change. Willing to change. In order, listen up. My dad, he's a minister. And he had this sermon one time, and it went just what he just said. In order for God to change your condition, you have to change your heart. In order for God to change your condition, you have to change your heart. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to step outside of the box for a while and think about something other than yourself. That's a great answer. Give that man a hand. That's a great answer. Great answer. Any more? Got one back in the back. Pass the mic down, guys. Listen up, give him respect.
You shouldn't have, you should only have one plan in life. Oh, my bad. Because if you focus on, if you have an A and a plan B, you'll be more focused on your plan B than you and your plan A. So you should only have one plan in life.
Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Got one more in the back. One more in the back. We'll get one more, then we'll move on. Listen up, listen up, listen up.
All right. So practically what people have been saying, but self-motivation.
Self-motivation?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Give him a hand. Exactly right. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys answered. Listen up. Listen up. You guys answered everything exactly right. Everything. So my thing is, if we know these things, why do we make it so hard on ourselves to be successful? Why do we not listen? Why do we not wake up every day and work hard? Why do we not go out here and treat each other right? Why are we not doing these things? Sometimes you have to wake up and look yourself in the mirror and say, am I doing all that I can do? Am I doing all that I can do? Because if you're doing all that you can do, honestly and truthfully, you'll be successful. I had a high school coach leave me a letter right before I graduated, and it still sits on my mirror to this day because every now and then I need to reassure myself of what he said. His letter went exactly like this. In this world, you're going to meet two types of people. You're going to meet the people that want good things for you, and you're going to meet the people that want good things from you. He said, now, Ant, I know you're a smart young man, and you're going to be successful in life. He said, but let me tell you the difference between these types of people. He said, the people that want good things from you will be around as long as everything is going good. As long as you're popular, as long as you got a little money, as long as everybody like you. Because guess what? If I put somebody up on this stage with me right now and the spotlight hits me, guess who it's going to hit as well? It's going to hit them, so they're going to be in the spotlight. He said, be careful of those people, though. He said, because when things go bad, those will be the same people that you won't be able to hear from. Those will be the same people that you can't even call on just to say, man, I just need to talk for a little bit. He said, but the people that want good things for you, that have your best interests at heart, They'll be around through good, through bad. They'll be around whether you got money or don't have money. And that's why I tell everybody wherever I go, especially kids your age, be careful who you surround yourself with. Everybody does not have the same vision and the same goal as you do. Everybody, if you're trying to go up here, everybody's not trying to go that high. They're trying to go right where they're going to stay just okay. My thing is, separate yourself from that. Separate yourself from that. Start listening. I'm begging you, start listening to what your teachers, what your principals, what your officers, your coaches, what I am saying. I've been through everything you're about to go through in life. I've already done it. Anything you can imagine out of my 11 years just with the Globetrotters, I've been through it. I've seen everything. I've seen everything from a kid who come to the game and just want to smile because guess what? Next week, he's going to die of cancer. I've seen a mother come to the game, give us a hug, and thank us because she had a kid that just passed away. I've been to Italy where they just had an earthquake and all these things and all these people, all they want to do was laugh. I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled to under 90 countries and territories. I played in front of millions and millions of fans. I've been to 5 continents out of the 7. And guess what? The same thing still remains. The same ingredient still remains on how to be successful. God, family, school, and whatever else. But you got to have God first. If you have God first in your life, he will bless you. He will bring you up. It won't matter what nobody says about you. Because guess what? People are going to talk about you whether you do good or whether you do bad. It don't matter who you are. So my thing is, my whole thing was, I would rather for people to talk about me doing good. Because if you talk about me doing bad, guess what? I'm fitting the mold of just what you want me to do. But guess what? I'm not a statistic. I'm not somebody that came from Wilson that didn't make it. I'm not a drug addict. I don't sag my pants below my butt. I didn't go to jail. I'm not a deadbeat dad. I do everything the right way. I treat people the right way. So my thing is, if I can do it and I came up through the same school system that you came up through, you can do it. Stop making excuses just because you're from Wilson. There are good things right here in Wilson. Just because your mom and daddy might didn't do it, guess what? You be different. You go get your degree. You bring them up with you. I love each and every one of y'all, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not paid to do this. I didn't get paid to come here today. I don't want no pay for this. The pay I get from this is when I look in the newspaper 5 years down the road and I see somebody in the newspaper that I talked to today being a millionaire. That's the pay that I get for it because God has my reward. So my thing is, have a different mindset for yourself. If your teachers don't want to help you, your principals, you feel like they're trying to take you up to another level, guess what? Do research on your own. If your coaches, if you feel like your coaches not doing their job, do research on your own. But at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror. You got to look that man, that woman in the mirror and ask yourself, am I giving all that I can? Am I doing all that I can do? And if you are doing that, I promise you, you will make it out of Wilson and be able to come back and influence somebody else. That's my goal. My job now is to influence others. So I'm asking all of y'all, I'm challenging all of you. Stop taking this thing of life as a joke. Stop taking life as a joke. There's 16 victims and 16 family members back that just got shot up in a church that probably wish they could have those moments back just to say I love you or give somebody a hug. Let that sink in a little bit. Life is no joke. But let me go ahead and tell you something. There's a lot of money and a lot of opportunity to be made out here. All you have to do is put your mind to it, believe in yourself, keep God first. Thank y'all for having me. It's been real. Thank you.